Hey, bitches!
Hi, all you cool cats and kittens.
Oh
yes.
my God.
I had to, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll allow it.
Wes just said, Carol Baskin.
That
Have you
bitch,
seen that?
Carol Baskin.
Have you seen that TikTok?
No. I don't, bitch,
Oh my
I don't
God,
have
you're
TikTok.
missing out. Okay, I just have it to look at the videos, but there's a video of this guy. He like redid the song Savage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet. Well, instead he goes, Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him. And it's like a whole thing
Oh
about
my
Carol, and
God.
it's fantastic.
That's hella funny. You have to find that and send that to me later.
So now I walk around the house and I'm like, Carol Baskin. And it's really great.
That's glorious.
But sorry we're late. We tried to do this yesterday, you guys, and we tried literally like probably 8 times and it just was not happening. So we said bye.
We threw in the towel and said, we'll try again tomorrow. And
We
luckily
are not
things are
that
working
live.
now. So
Yeah, they're working seemingly fine.
Yeah.
Also, we did not have an episode last week because we took a mental health break.
yes.
It was much needed on particularly for me, I know, but I mean, I think I could say the same for you, Jamie.
Yes.
We both had kind of a rough week, but we're back.
Yes, we are back. We're thriving again. And moving on and chugging along.
And Friday we will have a screen recap. What are you doing?
You had a visitor.
Take the baby. We're gonna have a screen recap of The Dark Side of the Mat. I finally am watching it. Except I watched the wrong episode, but that's whatever.
Did you watch season 1?
Yeah, I watched the first episode of season 1 like an idiot, and I'm like, where's the part where he kills his wife? And then I was like, she said season 2, you idiot. And then I had to go find it. And I'm truly intelligent. I swear. I'm tired. I'm a tired bee.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll allow it. Just don't let it happen again. I'm just kidding.
I'll do my best. It will happen probably next week.
I was like, I'm absolutely joking. But, I actually don't even know if they mentioned the murder in the first episode of...
They do at the end.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Oh, actually, no, I don't know. They just say, I'm at the end now. I just finished the first episode, and they say, they're gone. That's the term they're using. They're gone. They're all gone.
Yeah. So, yeah, the first episode, we're not going to get into it. Never mind. We're saving it for Friday.
Yeah, we'll get into we're Friday. It'll
be on the lookout.
Yes. So, I think you're up this week, yeah?
I think you're right.
And while you talk, I might eat my chicken nuggies. It's like
excellent.
Chicken nuggies from Burger King. Baby, don't eat that.
Okay, great. So this is, per usual, from the Reddit.
Mine's from the Reddit too. Baby, no.
Oh my goodness.
I actually pulled a Jamie, and I didn't write this one. I'm just gonna read it right from the Reddit.
Yeah, right from the Reddit.
Don't at me.
I would never do such a thing. Just because,
Anyways.
It's on brand for me. I do feel that you are coming from my brand a little bit. But again, I'll allow it.
I'm going to blame it on the quarantine. What can I do?
Sounds like a remix
this baby's literally eating my microphone right now. She's eating it.
Oh my god. Y'all, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
You guys, she said, Mama.
I know, Jess won.
I win. I'm the favorite parent. Holla. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, actually,
because I baked her.
You did, and also as Wes was dropping her in your lap moments ago, he said she doesn't even like me. So, I think that just proves it.
She does, but when she sees me, it's like game over.
That's super funny.
Having a child is like so rewarding and also so exhausting at the same time.
Oh my god, I bet. But you know what? At least you got a cute one. So really, it's all truly, yeah. Like even if it's like something that's not cute, she makes it cute. And like honestly, I don't even know how she does it.
It's true. Honestly. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to mute myself and you go ahead and talk about your murder.
I was going to say, I think she is done hearing us gab on about nothing.
She is. She's done.
She's like, you guys are embarrassing me by saying how cute I am. Anyways, so this comes from Reddit user The Bones of Autumn. It's titled, In the winter of 1978, 20-year-old Bruce Moser and his wife, 22-year-old Margaret Moser, were found shot to death in their rural, is it Montpelier? Do you know? I don't know if that's the right word. If in Indiana?
I have no idea. It probably is, though, because I feel like most of it's very French sounding.
Right. I definitely am pronouncing it wrong. It's okay. Don't come for me. It is what it is. The couple's infant daughter, who was found unharmed next to her mother, had been alone with her parents' bodies for 2 days. So, January 4th of 1978, 20-year-old Bruce Moser left work early to pick up his wife, 22-year-old Margaret Moser, for an appointment she had in town. 2 days later, their bodies were discovered inside of their home by police. They both had been tied up, Margaret had been sexually assaulted, and both were shot multiple times in the back of the head. The high school sweethearts had been married for 3 years and had a 17-month-old daughter they had named Carrie. They lived in a small mobile home in rural Montpelier, Indiana, on Indiana Road 3 North. Both Bruce and Margaret had graduated from Ball State University. Bruce was employed at Bob's Fine Foods in Huntington, while Margaret was a stay-at-home mom. Police can only speculate as to what happened after Bruce arrived home to pick up his wife that day. 2 days after last seeing Bruce, his manager called police and requested they do a welfare check on the couple. Police entered the small mobile home to find Bruce tied up on the bedroom floor, his hands bound behind his back with his own bootlaces. He had been shot in the head between 2 to 4 times. The police found Margaret tied to the bed, wearing only a ripped blouse. Her clothing was found ripped in pieces and laying on the bedroom floor. She had been sexually assaulted. Like Bruce, she had been shot multiple times in the back of the head. Police estimate 2 to 4 times as well.
Jeez, that's some rage.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Carrie, the couple's baby daughter, was found laying on the bed next to Margaret. She had been unharmed by the murderer, but was severely dehydrated and hungry. She was treated at a nearby hospital and taken into state custody.
That is terrible.
Yeah, like, I could not imagine. Where did it go? Okay. According to police, they believe that Bruce had walked in on the assault taking place on Margaret. Police noted that the weapon used to shoot the couple was Bruce's own .22 caliber single-shot rifle. The home had been ransacked. Police believes items had been stolen, but they never revealed what items were missing from the home. Police immediately wondered if 2 men named John Kennedy and Richard Mills were involved in the couple's deaths. In high school, after returning home from a date with Margaret, Bruce had discovered the body of Ronald Parks laying in a ditch. He watched as 3 men ran away from the scene and hopped into a nearby car and drove away. Bruce would later serve as a witness for the state when a man named Pete Walters was accused of killing Ronald with a single shotgun wound to his abdomen. Pete was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison for the murder, but police had arrested 2 other men, John and Richard, for their involvement in the murder as well. John agreed to testify. John had agreed to testify against Walters in the case in exchange for immunity. Richard was given a lesser sentence for pleading guilty to his role in the crime. Police were able to locate both men, and they were questioned in the couple's death. Both men denied any involvement with the murders and provided alibis. Another man was on the police's radar, 36-year-old Robert Leslie. He was wanted by police for questioning about several unsolved homicides and kidnappings, but before he could stand on trial and with police closing in, he killed himself in a motel room. He left behind several letters.
Suspicious. Very suspicious.
Just a little bit. He left behind several letters, including one confessing to the killing and rape of 16-year-old Trina Biddle, whose partially nude body was found along a rural Indiana road. Leslie was never linked. Like, this guy was a fucking monster. No, you're totally fine. Nugs take total priority. I get it.
Sorry. But, wow. Okay.
Like, he was a monster. Like, absolute fucking monster. He has never been linked to the murders of Bruce and Margaret, but he was never removed from police's person of interest list either. Unfortunately, there's no, real updates on it. We can link to the Indiana State.
You said 78?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So 1978. Was there any, like, DNA evidence or anything?
Not that they could find. There's a couple links to the cold case files for the murders on the Indiana State Police website, and some links to some newspaper clippings, but there's not a lot of, there wasn't a lot of media coverage on it.
Huh, okay.
So that one's that.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all?
That is it, my dude.
It's really long. Oh, well, does it have any updates about their daughter or anything?
So it's, in the newspaper articles, it said that both parents had a lot of relatives, so Bruce and Margaret, so she probably just went to whoever was next in the family.
That's so sad.
Today's episode is brought to you by Best Fiends. I'm sure a lot of us have a lot more free time on our hands while we're social distancing. I know I do. Instead of watching terrible reality TV, try playing our favorite 5-star rated mobile puzzle game, Best Fiends.
It's a fun, mentally challenging, and stimulating game that's free to download and has over 100 million downloads. I've been playing in between Zoom meetings and baby feedings. The best thing about Best Fiends is that since it's a casual game, you can pick it up and put it down whenever you need to.
They're constantly adding more levels and challenges to keep things fun and fresh. The colors and designs of the game and the super cute characters keep us coming back for more as well. I've completed almost 300 levels, and it's my current goal to get up to level 350.
If you want to join us and engage your brain with fun puzzles and collect tons of cute characters, trust me, with over 100 million downloads, this 5-star rated mobile puzzle game is a must-play. Download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R, Best Fiends.
Okay. Mine's long AF.
Oh boy, let's go.
Okay. So, we're going to start this time with the suspect's name.
Ooh.
Okay, I got this from the Reddit. The user is Lisa Greenhouse. So the title is basically, like, who is this guy? Is he a serial killer or is he creep?
Oh.
And who knows?
That's fun.
So his name is Timothy Bender. He was 43 in 1991. And he was married, working at a sewage treatment plant when he first became known to law enforcement in San Francisco, like the Bay Area. So,
ooh, from my neck of the woods.
It looks like, the East Bay, it looks like. So the police were investigating several cases of missing girls that seemingly disappeared along the I-80 corridor, which for those of you who aren't familiar with California, I-80 basically, it goes through the Bay Area. It goes into Sacramento too. So, yeah.
Yes. It's about 15, 20 minutes from my house, depending on the day. I mean, depends which direction you're going, but
and what time.
Also true. It could be 15 minutes. It could be an hour. Who knows?
For real. So parents in this area were reporting that this man, Timothy, was sending their daughters birthday cards, small gifts, and money, trying to strike up friendships with them, which is creepy.
How old was he again?
43.
Yeah, no thank you.
43, yeah. So, one mom gave the police letters that he had sent to her daughter. One was written backwards, so it could only be read when it was held up to a mirror. One contained small gifts, and then another contained a love poem and Bible verses that had certain words underlined, like, I have chosen you, be with me where I am. When asked why he was contacting the girls, he just said that he was being nice and the girls were lonely, so he wanted to be friends.
That made me want to vom.
Yeah. 91. So, I feel like parents, I mean, it's so different now because we have social media, but, so, during their, investigation into him, the police believed that in 1985 he had not believed, they had found that he had been fired from his job as a Social Security claims processor in 1985 after his boss caught him collecting names, addresses, and birth dates of young girls living in Colorado, because apparently he lived there at the time. He had sent them around 40 girls money for their birthdays, like young, it says 14-year-olds.
Yuck.
Creep. When questioned about it, he said that he was mimicking a TV show where a man surprised strangers with money, and saying that he thought it was a, quote, touch of magic for the kids. So,
I don't even like that phrase.
No. And, I'm not going to spend $50 on much kids I don't know.
No, I am thoroughly uncomfortable.
Yes. So, parents complained. He got fired. It was found he was so since he hadn't used the records for personal gain, there was no quote unquote just cause for his firing. So he was rehired approximately a year and a half later. So
they couldn't put A and B together and get that he was a pervert?
Right. So
I'm so sorry. Wow.
I know, it's pretty shocking. So it says he drove a light blue Dodge van with a vanity license plate reading "Love You." He had wallpapered the inside of the van with pictures of children, Bible verse quotes, and crayon drawings. He was once arrested for trying to lure 2 young girls into his van, but the charges were ultimately dropped, and his only other arrest was basically a public drunkenness charge.
Jesus Christ.
He had apparently a reputation for spending time in cemeteries and volunteering to repair gravestones, and he once had a job working in a crematorium. Creepy. We just keep diving into the creep factor. I almost wonder if this is like a fake article because it's creepy, but
I swear to God, if this is like creepypasta.
I know, right? So some of the parents of missing girls reported that Timothy had called or visited them to offer help in locating their children. So he was getting involved in like the investigations.
I don't like that at all.
Amber, no. One of the moms of her daughter was named Amber Swartz Garcia and Michaela Garrick, both of whom have not been found, have specifically mentioned that he was interfering in their daughter's cases, including conducting searches on his own, visiting the family, and calling them repeatedly to offer his help. He has downplayed his involvement, describing himself as a good Samaritan, but law enforcement and families are, obviously, really concerned, and they believe that he's playing mind games with the families, and he's enjoying it. Like, he's enjoying taunting them and being there for their anguish. Their daughters have never been found. So, we're moving to a victim. Her name is Angela Bugay. She was 5 years old in 1983 when she was found, when she was abducted from Antioch, California. She was later found sexually assaulted and strangled to death. Timothy repeatedly visited her grave, often late at night.
So that is literally less than 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah. So, he was said to have gone there more than 80 times to spend time and talk with her.
Ew.
And he was known to clean and decorate the grave. I don't really know, how they would know that.
Yeah.
Especially in 1980, so I don't know. I just reached into my ranch thinking it was my mouse. That's how my day's going.
That was great.
So, the investigators said they never considered him a suspect in her murder. Angela's mom's ex-boyfriend was actually found guilty using DNA evidence, but they believe that her abduction could have triggered him. He said that he liked her photo that was on her gravestone, and he fell in love with her. That's what he apparently told a psychologist.
Well, yeah, maybe that's how they got the information that he went there 80 times too, is if he had to have copped to it, I guess. Otherwise, he wouldn't know.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's... They say days after Amber's, so the first young girl we were talking about, who was 5 when she went missing, a few days after her disappearance, Timothy visited Angela's gravesite, and it says, according to FBI surveillance, he kissed the gravestone and simulated a sex act.
If that's true, that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yes, very sick. They say search dogs either trace the scent of Amber, who disappeared in June 1988, and Amanda Campbell, who's another missing girl. She went missing in 1991. The dogs trace their scents to Angela's grave, and
Whoa.
he is considered a suspect in both cases. Let's see. So it says at one point he invited a reporter from the San Jose Mercury News to interview him. He set the time and the place for an interview, which was at the cemetery where Angela was buried.
Okay.
During the interview, the reporter said Timothy asked to play his favorite song for her, which was Jesus, Here's Another Child to Hold. He said he thought of the missing girls as his children. He also offered specifics about how he thought the girls reacted when abducted, outlining that one was submissive while the other fought back, but he claimed that he was just guessing. Okay.
What the fuck?
The reporter said that he had convinced himself that he was rescuing these girls and delivering them to Jesus.
By killing them.
Probably. Definitely. So in 1988, Timothy wrote a letter to the police saying that he thought the next girl who disappeared would be 9 years old. And then shortly after that letter arrived, 9-year-old Michaela Garrecht disappeared. He also sent the FBI profiler a Christmas card with the image of a little girl holding up 4 fingers.
What the fuck?
Then 4-year-old Amanda Nikki Campbell disappeared soon after in 1991.
Holy shit.
Yeah. What a creep, dude. Yeah, so it says he also gave police tips and offered them what he considered his special expertise in crimes against children. So I feel like a lot of, I won't say a lot, but like watching Mindhunter.
I was just thinking that.
They like would go into hypotheticals, like this is probably what like so-and-so did, because they know.
Yeah, because this is what the fuck I would have done, or whatever.
Yeah. So it says his home was searched by police in late 1992, but nothing had been found. After the this is jumping all over the place, so my apologies. After the 1989 San Francisco earthquake, which if you're not from California, you wouldn't know, but it was really like a really terrible earthquake, and a lot of people died. The California State Patrol gave him a heroism award for assisting earthquake victims. And people who support him just say he's a helpful guy.
That is bananas.
Yeah. In 1998, he was featured in the book Stalemate by John Philpin, a forensic psychologist, which detailed his strange behavior and the ways he inserted himself into the search for missing girls and their families' lives. The author says that Timothy willingly spoke with him for hundreds of hours.
So he's probably a fucking narcissist, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's probably, yeah. So it's just crazy. It says, then a man who had been convicted of killing his teenage son in 2009 had asked for a new trial because Timothy was actually a juror on his case.
No.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Wow.
And prosecutors, basically the defense was arguing that like Timothy had misrepresented himself in order to be on the jury, but he like I guess had to reveal that he was a person of interest in multiple crimes, when being considered for that. So I'm not really sure. It's so then they go through potential victims. One we've mentioned, Amber Garcia. This is 7, but I thought it said 5 up there. Or maybe not. Yeah, so she had disappeared from her front yard. In 1988, she had been playing unattended. When her mom went to check on her, she was gone. The day after her disappearance, investigators found a pair of pink socks basically near their home. So they said the socks were found in an area that had already been searched, like, initially when they were looking for her.
So they came back to it, and they were there.
Yes, and left someone, like, came and left the socks after it had been searched. The day after her disappearance, a witness says that they saw a white man throwing her, a girl that matched Amber's description, into a tan 4-door car. Investigators have never been able to verify that was actually Amber. But, you know, who knows? People come out of the woodwork when things like that happen. It's really sad. He has been accused of being obsessed with her disappearance, which seems to be a very common theme.
Yeah.
It says in 2009, investigators said Curtis Dean Anderson, who was a convicted pedophile, was responsible for Amber's kidnapping and murder. It looks like he confessed in 2007, but who knows?
Right.
Because who knows the accuracy of that. Another potential victim is Michaela Garrett, who was 9 when she was abducted from a parking lot in Hayward, California in 1988. She and a friend had ridden scooters to the store to buy candy, so it's really sad. It looks like it says when they went to leave, her friend's scooter had been moved, so she went to go grab it, and a man forced her into a car.
Oh my God.
Which is so sad. Eileen Michelhoff, who's 13 when walking home from school in Dublin, California in 1989. She was abducted. Her backpack was found in the creek bed in an area that she would walk home from school. But again, it was an area that had already been searched.
Right.
And so someone had come back to put the backpack there, which is just so creepy. Tara Cossey was 12 when she went to the store to buy a bag of sugar for her mom in San Pablo, California in 1979, which that's 10 years earlier, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Amanda Nikki Campbell was 4 the last time she was seen near her home in Fairfield, California in 1991. She had been playing at a friend's house a few doors down, left to ride her bike around the corner to a different friend's house, and she was gone. Her bike was found later that evening. So they said they were never able to find anything other than a pair of blue children's socks. However, they couldn't confirm that they were Nikki's. They did do search dogs, and it says that they supposedly traced Nikki's scent to the grave of Angela, but Fairfield, and that's a really far way away, so I don't think that that's true.
I'm trying to think.
No way that could be true. Fairfield is close to where I live.
It's about 45 minutes from my house.
It's about the same it's 50 minutes from our house.
Yeah, because that's where the Jelly Belly factory is.
Yes.
That's my only point of reference for Fairfield.
There's an Air Force base there.
Oh, yeah, Travis.
We would have to go to. That's why I knew that, yeah. Yeah, so, and he's not the only suspect in these cases, but he is,
Yeah, the fact that he's, consistently a suspect in all of them is a little bit disheartening.
I mean, he's showing some very creepy behavior,
Yeah.
so if he's not responsible for all of them, which I highly doubt he is, especially because there's such a big time range,
right.
But who knows? I mean, Ted Bundy, he did a lot of damage, and he operated for years, and nobody...
Well, yeah, and the Golden State Killer, all these people, for decades.
Yeah, that's a great... the Zodiac Killer. Mm-hmm. But his behavior is so obsessive that, to me, I find it hard to believe that he's actually intelligent enough to get away with that many. Because he's... an idiot talking, going around, being a fucking weirdo.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, and of course there's a note, it's possible he's just off psychologically, and he's got like a really morbid fascination with missing kids.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say too. Like maybe he's somewhere on like a spectrum of some sort and just can't quite figure out like what's like socially acceptable to say. Maybe people brush him off, and maybe it's a combination of the two.
Yeah. I mean, who really knows? Especially then, like, because things are so different then. Mental health things aren't as easy, especially like
they're like non-existent then.
I mean, and as soon as you like come out that you might have some sort of weird affinity for little girls, people are automatically going to put you in a category that you, don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't done anything wrong. I mean, what he is doing is wrong, but like even if he wasn't responsible. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of crazy. But yeah, looks like it. There's a lot of resources here on the Reddit article, so we will just link the Reddit and you can kind of check it out. Check it out for yourself.
Exactly. Well, do you have anything fun and fresh you want to share?
No. Oh, I ordered a new pair. Oh, I got 2 pairs of Steve Madden shoes for the price of one. But one of them came with the sensor on it.
When you sent me that picture,
Super
I
cool.
thought I was going to die.
I opened it and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But so my first thought, because I used to work in retail, is that it was some of the sensors, when you break them, they have ink, so it comes out. So I'm thinking, well, that doesn't make sense because they're shoes. So we got it off and it was fine.
There you go.
It's off. It's off now. Not that I have anywhere to wear those shoes to, but...
Did you test out my theory about the clear strap?
No, not yet. I need to. Well, I'm going to wait for a hot day and then wear them.
For everybody's edification, she bought a pair of sandals that have a clear strap on them.
They're cute.
They are very cute. I like them. But then I was like, have you ever seen pictures of clear boots?
Oh, God. It was terrible. We should link it, too.
Yes. If you've never seen it, please Google it. It will also be in this week's episode images.
Our story, I'm going to put it in our story, and our story is also going to include this absolutely ridiculous text message that I sent you earlier.
That was glorious.
Because my brain's not working. But anyways, continue with the boots, because that was an awful image. Awful.
Yeah, cursed image for sure. But yeah, so just imagine like a foot incubating in clear plastic shoes and the condensation and fog situation. No, thank you. So I was like, is that going to happen to your toesies?
Literally never thought about it.
And I would have warned you against buying them if I thought that was even a thing, but I didn't realize it until you got them, really what the clear strap entailed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I saw them online, like, from an influencer, and they didn't mention anything about it, so hopefully...
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I think so, because I feel like with the sandal, it's going to be a little bit more, like, air-controlled.
And it's a pretty thin... It's not, like, a huge strap. Mm-hmm. Like, those boots were, like, a full-on freaking foot suck. So.
Yeah. So I have a little bit more faith for your sandals.
Yeah. Man.
But that was the first thing that popped in my head when I saw them.
Oh, also, there's this new show on Netflix that's absolutely even bigger, a bigger pile of hot garbage than Love is Blind. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Too Hot to Handle?
Yes.
Have you watched it?
I literally binged it all in like 2 days.
It's terribly worth my time.
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Like, one girl goes, this is a direct quote, "Harry's from Australia. I have no idea where that even is."
Wow.
One other girl goes, "Help, what's the number for 911? Oh, my God. And there's a narrator that just roasts the crap out of them, and it's fantastic.
I love that.
Like, the first episode, you sit there and you're like, this is literally everything that's wrong with our generation. But I'm going to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
And they have people who are from Britain, and I just, like, love listening to British and Australian accents. So I was in it.
That's awesome.
And
I'll have to give it a go.
It was 8 episodes. Please do. And let me know what your thoughts are.
I will. I'll report back next week.
Maybe we could do a recap on that and infuse a little happiness into our podcast.
I'm down. Let's fucking do it.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next week. That'll be our recap for the week.
Fantastic.
Love that for us.
What's up with you? Anything fun and fresh? Other than that glass of wine you're holding?
Hell yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, so you know that group that Megan added to us to on Facebook to talk about Little Fires Everywhere?
The non-book club.
Yes. So for the last like 3 or 4 weeks, I've been seeing you guys like posting it, but I've been like skipping through it so I don't read anything because I haven't had time to like sit and watch it. I watched the first like 3 episodes last week. Holy shit, that show is amazing.
It's so good. I mean, like, other than having a really compelling storyline, it has it's so deep about like race and motherhood and family and your, you know, like sexuality, and it's freaking amazing.
It's so
Kerry Washington
good.
And Reese Witherspoon, like,
they fucking kill it.
Honestly, I mean, that actually would be a really good recap.
We can talk about that too after that's all said and done.
Yeah. Cool. We're just gonna make this like a true crime / recap, whatever the
maybe like once a month podcast. We'll do something like a one-off.
Like an off. Yeah, I mean, you guys did the Terminator.
Yeah.
Could
Why
just
not?
do that occasionally.
Fuck it.
I mean, it's our podcast.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
We're the bosses.
Tell me no. I'm gonna do it.
We're literally the bosses.
We literally are business owners.
Yeah.
Jamie got us a business license.
I did. We made it, folks. Oh, by the way, happy 1 year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot on the 15th.
Yeah.
Wow, we suck. When we get back together in person, we'll cheers to that.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. Virtually.
Also, I think in our episode descriptions from now on, we did post about this on social media, but I don't know who follows us where, and if you don't, you should, because we post funny things sometimes. And also big news. So we are also on Be a Backer, which is kind of like Patreon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that at all, but basically you give money to a creator if you feel like donating to them. The reason we went with Be a Backer versus Patreon or any other, website for anything like that is that Be a Backer, they give 100% of the donations to the creators, and they're 100% ran by donations, whereas the other places will skim money off the top in order to, pay their staff or what have you. But Be a Backer is able to be run 100% on donations by the backers for the creators, which is really awesome.
Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah, it really is. So, if you want to support us...
Oh, and also there's no weekly or monthly commitment on some of those other sites. You have to do like a recurring donation. This is, you can do a one-off, you can do a recurring one if you want. Doesn't matter. Cool. Again, totally optional. We're always going to be 100% free. But this is just, if you wanted to throw a couple bucks our way, awesome. We might do like special content for people that back us. Eventually, just, we're doing a test run with this and seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be including that link in our descriptions and also our P.O. box.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so send us weird shit.
Yeah. How often do you check that?
I've been checking it like once a month or so, but I mean, if we start getting like letters, postcards, or whatever, I'll start checking more often.
Yeah, more often. Cool. Send me a puppy. No, I'm just kidding.
Please don't. 1, you don't need any more animals, and 2,
you're right.
I don't check it often enough to.
You're not wrong.
Warrant that.
Oh my gosh, our neighbors got a German Shepherd puppy, and when we walk by their house, he pops his head to the screen door and he barks at my dogs, and he's the freaking cutest thing on the planet.
Oh my god.
But the last couple of days I've walked, I haven't seen him.
Oh.
He's so cute though. Anyways, he makes me happy.
Oh. Well.
But yeah, I think that's it for today.
Yes.
We hope you all are staying home and staying healthy.
Exactly, and we'll be back on Friday with some more. Again, it is The Dark Side of the Ring. It's on Hulu if you have the live subscription, or FX. Oh wait, right?
No, I could only find it on the live TV subscription for Hulu.
Yeah.
But it's on, the network is Vice. So if you...
I think Vice has their own app too.
I'm sure it does. Everything does now. So yeah, if you can go on Vice and watch it, then it's season 2.
Yes.
And there's like a certain episode, I don't remember, but his name's Chris Benoit.
Yeah. So it's season 2, episodes 1 and 2.
Okay. Yeah.
I think there's only 2 episodes in season 2, if I'm not mistaken. So you can't miss it.
I think there's more, but it's the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, the first 2 are about him.
Yeah.
The first one like transitions into him. It does, anyways.
Sorry,
Now,
I just dropped my
Jess is
phone.
Anyways,
Shit.
watch episodes 1 and 2 because that's what we're covering. That's
Yes.
all that to say that. Anyways, we'll be back then. Goodbye.
Yes. Bye.